they can execute this rundown. Everybody in retreat. They're not going to get any outs. My goodness.
So McCutchen does that and has a little fun with Aramis Ramirez.
Got both of the runners held up. Now they got to go back to second base. Play at home. No one home.
He's got Gaddish trapped. A bit of a face plant on that dive back to second.
Harrison will try and stay in a rundown long enough to get Polanco there. Safe. He's still in the rundown. And he is still safe. Unbelievable. No way. That's impossible.
Wait a minute, we had something else completely planned, and then CY identified himself. What were you doing at third base?
I came from left field. That was the Mets rundown. Harrison was known for being one of the best rundown guys out there. So I'm running from left field like, give me the ball. I will run him down myself, man. Let's go.
You were just like, oh, man.
All right, so, we're going to talk about rundowns. We had a Calliope in here, a corn organ. We were going to cue up some good music, and then CY appeared. How about this rundown play Saturday? Charlie Blackmon, sneaky veteran, doing everything he could to not only avoid a tag, but make a great intuitive baseball play.
That jab step right there to the inside at the last second, that's what we're all taught to do in that situation. So when I watched that play over, there's so many things that were actually done right by the Orioles in that situation. You have the soft ground ball, first and third, nobody out. Soft ground ball to second base. Frazier does the right thing by getting rid of the ball to make sure we get that out in first base because we trust we're a big league team, we're a big league defense. We're going to be able to get this guy out in the rundown. But that's where Blackmon steps in so well right here. Right here, yeah. Frazier, if we pause it right here, that's the right move. Because if he rushes to try to tag him, now you're not going to get the guy at first base. So we go ahead and get rid of the ball, run it a little bit, throw the ball to first base. Now we have a normal rundown. Blackmon does a good job at going ahead and changing direction right away because he understands at this point it's a race to the bag. Gunnar Henderson, he needs to step inside a little more right here. He felt rushed. That move right there by Blackmon to get to the inside of the line into that throwing lane, that's the best play of the day, and that's what we're all taught to do. But there's probably something that Gunnar could have done a little different, or the first baseman could have done a little different.
This is the thing. It's good base running, right? So good base running right there wins at the end of the day. If you saw, right, the tag could not be made because the out needed to be made at first base. Right. Now you have a rundown. First baseman, what do? I got to get rid of it quickly because Blackmon is almost all the way over to second base. So I throw to second.
And right there, Blackmon says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn around and dead sprint to the back. So I'm running back. And right here in the line, I'm legally allowed to come over here and create this new lane for myself. And I'm coming right at your glove. When I'm running at you, I'm saying I'm going at his glove. Wherever I see his glove going, that's where I'm stepping.
And that's where the base running comes in, right? That is the great base running play right there because as soon as I throw the ball to second, Blackmon he didn't do this. He didn't look to see what was going to happen. He turned around immediately and started sprinting. So Gunnar Henderson is like, what do I need to do? I need to get rid of this baseball. Now, a couple of things that could have been done differently, right? If we check out this camera right here behind me, okay? Look, as a first baseman, you're coming this way.
I'll be Gunnar Henderson.
You're Gunnar.
I got the ball.
Right, you get the ball. You got to get rid of it because CY is sprinting towards me. Now, I, as a first baseman, need to understand, right, that you are going to try to run into the throw. So I have to move over to the left side, right? Even if you're like, yeah, but I'm giving first base. So, yeah, what you don't want to do is maybe a throw over your head. Now it gets by me. Now we got something else going. I'd rather play it safe. I'm going to be here. Gunnar, you get rid of the ball immediately. You're sprinting in, so you cannot even turn around. Right. Like you already committed to come back. I feel the ball, and then I try to tag.
And there was enough time for him to come out.
There was enough time.
Absolutely.
There was absolutely enough time. All you have to do is obviously you have to anticipate what the runner is trying to do.
So you're saying you had to move the target.
Had to.
Because the lay fan, I would say, oh, Gunnar has to move he's got to change the angle of the throw. But you're saying you got to move the target as well.
He was already sprinting towards me.
Got it.
So now he can't, he can try, but it's easier for me. I have no baseball. I'm right here. I'm going to move over here. Plenty of time, like CY is saying. Here comes the throw. I can move.
One of the best base runners I can think of who did this all the time, Chase Utley, was always the guy who was a thorn in a defensive side because he knew all these little things that you could do on the field to make a huge adjustment, whether it's how you slide into the base, how you step into running lanes, whatever you can do to give yourself an extra out to keep the ball game going. That's what Blackmon did right there. So props to him.
Left-handed dudes, man. I'm telling you, man. They're thinking
We think different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
See the world differently.